Ask a surfer why they surf, and you'll probably get answers like to commune with nature or man against the sea.
You get a gnarly too.
Yeah, but whatever kind of romantic, mystical surfer reason you get to that question, one thing's for sure. None of it would be possible without a few basic principles of physics. To begin with, there are many principles of physics involved that surfers can't control. You have atmospheric conditions, fluid friction, rotation of the Earth, geophysics, and all kinds of other things coming together that determine how big a wave is going to be and how it's going to break when it hits the beach. On the other hand, as we've been studying, there are several principles of physics involved that surfers do control in their never-ending quest for the perfect wave. Yesterday we took a look at how the surfboard is basically a hydrodynamic tool and examined how the degree of its rocker affects its performance. But today we're going to concentrate on the fin and take a look at how this little beauty makes turning on your board a snap. Back in the 1930s, when a surfing pioneer first bolted an aluminum fin onto a big old hardwood plank of a board, modern high-performance surfing was born. Now what that fin basically did was introduce to surfing the Bernoulli principle. Now, as you'll recall, the Bernoulli principle is one of the three basic laws of hydrodynamics. After wading through all the charts and graphs and equations and formulas, the Bernoulli principle basically comes down to this. As velocity increases, pressure decreases. Now, in our earlier lesson on aerodynamics, we learned that air flows faster over the top of a curved wing because it has to go further. And that faster flow means decreased pressure and consequently lift. However, a surfboard's fin, unlike an airplane's wing, is symmetrical, but the same Bernoulli principle still applies. Allow me to explain. If a surfer wants to make a right-hand turn on his board, he shifts his weight, exposing the left-hand side of the fin to the oncoming flow of water. The water rushing over that side of the fin increases in velocity and, according to Mr. Bernoulli, decreases in pressure. Now this creates the same kind of lift illustrated by an airplane wing, except in the case of a surfboard fin, the lift created pulls the board horizontally through the water, allowing the rider to make his turn. So in conclusion, a surfboard without a fin is like it's like a boat without a rudder. Yeah, kind of like a boat without a rudder. Very good. Tomorrow, we're going to take a look at how the exact placement and positioning of the fins further affect its performance. But until then, happy physics.
It's time once again to Stump Colin. Today we find our resident trivia expert in consultation with a Channel 1 co-worker.
Hey Charmaine, check this out. Brittany Westenscow from Madison Junior High in Rexburg, Idaho wants to know how much the bill for the Boston Tea Party would be today. Great, Brittany. Well, in 1773, the British House of Lords estimated the value of the lost tea at 9,659 pounds sterling. Today in US dollars, that would be about...
Well, it would be $430,000.
I knew that. Amy Worth from Marshall Green Middle School in Birch Run, Michigan wants to know who invented the hot dog. One, please? Well, Amy, the hot dog goes back 3,500 years to what's now Iraq, where ancient Babylonians would stuff animal intestines with spiced meats. The hot dog reached America in the late 1800s. Mustard, please. When two immigrants from Frankfurt, Germany began selling frankfurters in New York City.
It's time now to Stump Colin. Today we find Channel 1's Titan of Trivia doing a slow burn.
Hi, Wendy Stork from Marshall Green Middle School in Birch Run, Michigan wants to know why the sun is always burning. Well, Wendy, the sun is a star, and what separates stars from planets is the amount of mass they contain. In fact, the sun has so much mass that the gravitational force and the internal pressure it causes triggers nuclear reactions, igniting the star, creating what we here on Earth see as sunshine. Mrs. Collier's class from Delton Kellogg High School in Delton, Michigan wants to know who invented baseball. I got it. Well, Abner Doubleday is often credited with inventing the game in 1839, but a reference to the game of baseball appeared in England almost 100 years earlier than that. And we have depictions of ball and bat games being played on ancient Egyptian tombs. So it's quite likely that baseball has no single inventor, but has instead evolved slowly over thousands of years. Heads up.